Good evening, guys, and welcome to Around the NBA Playoff Edition presented by the Ultimate Sports Show. I'm Medina K, your host for tonight, along with my amazing co-host, Manny. How's it going, Manny? How we doing tonight?
Everything's great. Apart from that pit hole of a game, everything is great.
I know, Manny. Things could be so much better tonight. But let's get into it. Let's talk about this Warriors versus Laker game tonight. You know what, Manny? I want to start off by saying because we haven't really been able to cover much of the games this week, but tonight's the night
Yeah.
we're going to talk about it. Let's start off by covering game one, Warriors versus Lakers. The Lakers came out strong. They came out ready to play. Anthony Davis dominated, had a great game. Vanderbilt was on defense, locking down Steph Curry. Every single Laker player I felt like they showed up that game, which is why we won. We weren't playing catch up. We were just on our best offense and defensive wise. So tell me, Manny, what do you think happened to us tonight? Where did we fail compared to game one? How we succeeded? Like what was it that led us to our success for game one and to our failure tonight in game two? Let's start off with that question. How do we want to answer this tonight?
The only way I can put it, Medina, is the fact that there's no excuse. We came out flat. And the thing is, we didn't play good defense. We weren't hitting our shots. And I did say that, well, I didn't really say this on Twitter or to you guys, but I was talking to my dad actually before. And I was saying, like, I was actually expecting this because, to tell you the truth, we knew they were going to come out flat because the Warriors, let's be honest, they were pretty pissed off that we beat them game one. So they were like, you know what, they're like, Steve Kerr was probably telling his team, we're going to make adjustments. We're going to end up changing something in our starting five because, mind you, they did go with, they did give JaMychal Green a lot of minutes. He started and played 13 minutes. That's also was a difference maker because he did shoot 3 for 6 from 3. And also, a guy we know well, he was on the radio for the Lakers, Michael Thompson. His son, Klay Thompson, boy, did he do a number on us. You want to forget this stat, Medina? 8 threes he hit. He didn't attempt 8 threes. He hit 8 threes. And that was a bit of a stinger for us. Curry, of course, shooting 3 for 5 from the three-point line. Also having 12 assists. Curry literally went Trae Young on us. He had 20 points and double-digit assists. So there was really nothing to do there. Draymond Green, like usual, had a double-double. He played terrific defense on us. The guy's been a defensive anchor like his whole career, and he just showed up like crazy tonight. Dante DiVincenzo, if you guys haven't already known, my college team is Villanova, and he went to Villanova, so I know a lot about Dante DiVincenzo. He had a good 8 points off the bench and shot 2 threes, and he had 4 assists. But let me get to the Lakers for a second because I need to really unleash on this team because this was bad. This was really bad. You can actually cue up the Stephen A. Smith meme. This is bad. This is very, very bad. LeBron James, not going to go that hard on you, bro, because you actually played good. You actually tried to go ham tonight, and you had 23 points and 7 rebounds, and you shot 10 for 18 from the field. Pretty good game, but everybody else, oh, Dio mio. Anthony Davis, you had a great game one. I know you're going to bounce back next game. We're at home at Staples, and I know you're going to bounce back, but tonight was not your game, bro. I know you played well. You tried to play good on defense, but 11 points is not going to cut it. Medina, I know you're your mans, but 11 points for AD, I can't defend that. I love you, AD, but I can't defend that. You did have 7 boards. You did try to get the boards. That I'll give you credit for. But scoring-wise, was not it. Austin Reeves, another guy that we all love, especially me. He looked horrid. This might be a hot take, but I think Austin Reeves had a worse game than AD. He shot 1 for 5 from 3. Austin Reeves is usually our guy who's gonna hit a bunch of threes for us. He only made 1 3 out of 5 attempts, and he shot 3 for 11 from the field. Oh, I hate Austin Reeves. I love you. You're my favorite white guy in the NBA, but come on. This was not a good game, bro. This was not a good game for you, Reeves. Like I said, hot take, but I think you had a worse game than AD did. D'Lo usually hits a lot of threes. He didn't make even one. Even Austin Reeves made one, and he had 10 points. Did have 8 assists though, so I won't go off on D'Lo for passing the ball because he did have 8 assists. Good job there. Rui played good off the bench like he always does. He had 21 points, shot 4 for 6 from the 3, had 5 rebounds. But one thing I will give credit for Darvin Ham, because Darvin Ham, don't you think you're off the hook for this? You heard what I said last Friday. You're not off the hook on this one, but we're going to get to Darvin Ham in a second. Because Lonnie Walker, I will give you credit, Darvin Ham, for one thing, and you did play Lonnie Walker for a bit. Mind you, it was garbage time minutes, but at least he made 9 points. Darvin Ham, now I'm ready for you. Because like I said, you're not off the hook. You had Tristan Thompson and Mo Bamba sitting on the bench. Yes, Tristan Thompson did have minutes. He did have minutes. But 12 minutes? He only had 2 shot attempts? Like, are you kidding me right now? We need to play big. Darvin Ham, I really went off on you on Friday, and then I issued an apology the last show we had. Are we trying to go backwards, bro? Are we trying to go backwards? Like, come on. Even Mo Bamba, he's 24 years old, and he's just sitting on the bench with street clothes. Come on. I can't. Like, Medina, honestly, there's nothing else I can say about this game. It was trash. Warrior fans, you want to clown us tonight? Go right ahead, because I have no comeback for you. Like, we deserve the clownery because it was awful. It was, excuse my language, but it was a shit show.
You know what, Manny? I don't disagree with anything you're saying. You're speaking facts. But I will say this. I am disappointed in AD's game tonight. I love AD. I'm his biggest fan, okay? But I was really disappointed because he didn't come out and try tonight. And honestly, as much as like I love him and I want to defend him, this is also not just AD's inconsistencies, but everyone's so quick to just point the fingers at him when in reality, it's this whole team being inconsistent, starting off with our coach. How do you expect our player to be consistent every game when our own damn coach can't even be consistent? I get some players have their nights, they're great, and then the next night they come up and it's like they're lost. It's not just AD though. I know we put a lot more expectations on him because we want him to carry this team and we see what he's capable of. But when there's a team, when you don't have your team backing you up or passing you the ball or just, you not getting possession of the ball, like what do you really expect AD to do at that point? The Warriors came out and they were a better team tonight, Manny. I love the Lakers. I'm not a hater. Hate on me all you want for saying this, but I knew we weren't going to win this game tonight, Manny. And it's because I know the Lakers. I love them, but I know my Lakers and I know my players. I even know AD. I knew AD wasn't going to have a great game tonight. I thought he would be better on the defensive end, but he was struggling all night tonight. But if we really believe as Laker fans that we're going to show up and beat the Warriors at home 2 games in a row, I'm sorry, that's delusional to think like that. I mean, it would have been great. I had hope. I was praying for it, but I just knew to keep my expectations low tonight. Now, that doesn't excuse the fact that we got blown out by 27 points tonight?
27 points, yeah.
27 points. I thought it would be a much closer game. I thought it'd be at least 5 or 7 points we lose. I thought it would just kind of be one of those, like game 1. I wasn't expecting us to get blown out tonight. That was the most disappointing factor for me as well for all Laker fans. But they had it coming to them. The Warriors, if you really thought that they were going to play the way they played on game one, no. You saw the adjustments they made to their lineup. You saw how ready they were to come out and play tonight. They tried to double team, triple team the best player on that team. The best player on that team was like, you know what, Steph Curry? He's like, all right, I'm just going to pass the ball to the next best player on the team. They would shoot their shot and they'd make it. Every single shot was going through because they played like a team. They were on fire tonight, and that's something our team was lacking. We had no depth, we had no defense, we just came out completely lost. The only two people that I really saw that showed up it was LeBron in the first half, and Rui was just consistent throughout the whole game. And I love that guy. He's just always ready to take on that challenge. And like you said, even Reeves tonight, he looked exhausted, Manny.
Yep.
I think he's tired out, and I think there's some adjustments we should make to this lineup because the Warriors are a different team. They're much faster. They're shooting the ball more often than ever. It's a different team than the Grizzlies, and it's like we don't really catch a break. We don't catch any breathing time. So really, like, our players are tired, and look, we need to know how to answer back the Warriors at our home on Saturday. That's the only way we're going to win. And I saw the look on the Lakers' faces tonight. I saw the look on AD's face on the bench tonight. He was mad. And you know that when the Lakers have a game like this, it's a wake-up call for them. And they're going to be ready to attack the next game. So I have no doubt that we're going to take game 3. This is we called this. This is part of the whole Lakers games. Lakers in 6, Lakers in 7. Lakers to sweep Warriors in 4 games in a row, or to even beat them in their home court 2 games in a row. I'm sorry, that's delusional thinking. I knew that was never going to happen. Love my Lakers, but they are inconsistent. We are this. We went from 13th seed to 7th seed because we made a lot of adjustments in our lineup. We made the trades that needed to be made, but there's still a reason why we were number 7. There's still a reason why we ended up in the play-in tournament. And that is because our inconsistency just doesn't make us that whole championship team yet. Like, we need to get there. And the way we're going to get there is by beating the Warriors is serious. And we're going to have to just learn from our sloppiness, our mistakes, everything tonight if we're going to come back and take this series on and make it ours and win it all. I don't know if you want to add on to that, Manny, but that's my take
honestly, on it. What I wanted to say is you're spot on. It's not just AD. The whole team just looked tired, like you said. And I'm glad that you brought up, by the way, shout out to Aaron. We miss you,
Aaron. We miss you too.
You're in Canada. You're in Vancouver,
Our
but
lovely other co-host is in Canada right now, but he'll be back next week, guys.
Not the only one in Canada right now.
Oh yeah.
But anyways,
well, you know what I mean.
But anyways, like, Medina, you were right. Like, I saw Anthony Davis's look as well. He looked mad. He looked like, yeah, if you think this is gonna happen next game,
heck no.
Y'all are on crack. Because next game,
tripping.
I'm calling it. He's gonna get a 40-point, 17-point rebound next game.
And I'm gonna say this for anyone that wants to hate on AD, saying trade AD, keep that same energy when this man goes off Saturday night. I don't want to hear any of you guys bandwagon on his ass.
And where was that energy game 1? That's another thing. Game 1, he went off. Where was that energy?
This far. I'm not going to forget about how well he's been doing just because of one bad night. So y'all can go.
Yeah. F star, basically. That's basically what we could say to them.
Yeah. But anyways, that's the Lakers game. I predict that game 3 is ours. It's at our home. They're going to come back. I think we're going to blow out the Warriors by at least 10 to 15 points Saturday. But we'll see on that. Yeah, just not a great game on offensive and defensive end. Could have just been much better. Just a lot to learn from this game. But you know what, Manny? I think just anyone that wins game 1, they don't have the best of luck in game 2. And what I mean by that is, you already know what I'm going to talk about next. The Philly and Boston game. Man, oh man. Okay, I just want to point out, game 1, Philly came out so good. Even without Embiid, you thought they were going to lose that first game because that MVP was going to be missing. But you know what? They showed up. They had a great game. They beat the Celtics. But again, same thing with the Lakers. If you think that Philly and Celtics are not going to at least a game 6 or 7, you are completely wrong, my friend, because
it's the Lakers Warriors of the East.
Yeah, literally. The Celtics showed up and they blew them out by how many? Like 30 plus points? Like, damn, they came out strong.
It was crazy.
It is not a great night. It's not a great past couple of nights for Laker fans, but damn.
34 points.
Credits due. Yeah, 34 points. Celtics crushed them last night. And what Embiid was back too. That's the worst part.
That's what's even crazier. Game 1, he doesn't play. They win. Game 2, well, I mean, technically, the knock on Embiid was he did not play the best last game because he only had 15 points and he only attempted 9 shots. If you're a Philadelphia 76ers fan watching this, I'm sorry, but like, if you need your team to win, you're gonna need Embiid to hit more than 9 shots. He has to literally carry the load. There's a reason why he won MVP. He's been the best player in the league this season.
Yeah.
And also, another thing, James Harden needs to be better. How does James Harden have a 45-point game in Game 1 and shock the world, and then Game 2, he comes out flat? 2 for 14 from the field.
West. But what? Do I hear anyone hate it? He's the AD of the... I'm sorry, he's the AD of the East, not the West. But does anyone hate on Harden? Does anyone crush that man's soul? Does anyone call him inconsistent or straight? No, it's just our freaking team. I just have to point that out.
I say it, the NBA and the media hates the Lakers.
Yeah.
If James Harden was a Laker for that performance, 2 for 14 from the field, imagine AD shooting that percentage.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine. The media would literally be like, pew, 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 literally like every second.
Yeah. Of course.
And if you even look at the bench, even if you look at the bench of the Philadelphia 76ers, like McDaniels shot 1 for 4, Georges Niang shot 1 for 4, Daniel House shot 1 for 4, the Anthony Melton shot 1 for 5. The bench looked horrid. I think it had to be the worst Sixers game of the season, and it's not even close. But let's talk about the Celtics for a second because they actually, I mean, as Laker fans, obviously, we don't like to say this, but they did end up destroying the Sixers. But that's all thanks to Jaylen Brown. Like, the crazy part is Jason Tatum didn't even have a good game that game. He shot 1 for 7 from the field. Jaylen Brown actually was the one to carry the Celtics that game. He had 25 points, and he made 3 for 6 from the 3. And he shot 9 for 17 from the field. Great game for Jaylen Brown. But one guy, the one X factor for the Celtics, I think he's the most underrated player on Boston, Medina. I don't know if you agree with this. Malcolm Brogdon. They literally got him at last year in the free agency, and this guy has been like amazing for them. This is the reason why he won 6th Man of the Year. Like he had 23 points off the bench, and he shot 6 for 10 from the 3. As long as Malcolm Brogdon goes off on the bench for the Celtics, they have no problem winning the next game. Now, do I want them to win the next game? No, because I'm a Laker fan and I don't like Boston. But look, if the Celtics do want to win the series, they're gonna need Malcolm Brogdon to just go off every game off the bench. He's their X factor.
Oh yeah, for sure. I still predict that Philly and Boston are going to at least a game 7. There's no way that anyone's getting a blowout win or 3 straight game win or anything. I think it's just going to be back and forth. I think next game Philly's going to win it, and then next game Celtics are going to win it. And I have a feeling it's going to be like that for the Lakers and the Warriors too in the West. That's something else I wanted to point out. Just don't be surprised when you see your teams losing. Like, it's the playoffs for a reason. These are the best teams that you're going up against. It's more challenging the second round. We're done with the first round now. So, I mean, I'm not surprised to see this. Again, I didn't think they were going to get blown out like that, but damn, like, it's just crazy to see that happening.
Oof. This is a good question from Aaron.
Yes.
Do you think both Eastern Conference matchups go to a 7-game series?
Oh, that's another thing I wanted to bring up next was the Heat and the Knicks right now. They're tied 1-1. The Knicks took the first game. The Heat came back second. Then I I don't think that this is gonna go to a 7-game series. In my opinion, I think the Heats are gonna win it at least in 5 or 6. I love the Knicks. I'm rooting for the underdogs. I want to see them in the next round. I genuinely do, but I think Miami Heat just want it more. I think I said this a lot the other night too, Manny, but I don't think this is going to a game 7. Philly and Boston, yes, I do see it going to game 7, but with the Heat and the Knicks, I don't think so. At least 5 or 6 games the most.
Honestly, I have to agree with you on that, Medina. To answer Aaron's question, I agree. There's no way the Miami Heat and New York Knicks are going to game 7 because, like you said, and you did say that last show, Miami just wants it more. But also, the reason why they want it more is also because it's the story that matters too. Being an 8 seed and going this far is something special. I don't think an 8 seed has gone this far in sports since the LA Kings did in hockey. I think that's probably the last time that an 8 seed went this far in sports. Yeah. And obviously, even if Miami does lose this series, hats off to them. Great job to Miami for doing this. Especially knocking off the Milwaukee Bucks, who I had winning the championship this season. It's a crazy, crazy underdog story. And Jimmy Butler, nobody better talk mess on Jimmy Butler because this guy in the playoffs is something else. He didn't play in game 2, and they only lost by 5. Can you imagine if Jimmy Butler would have played game 2? He would have been up 2-0 easily.
Easily.
Because if you look at the Knicks, they did not play well. Like, I'm looking at the shooting percentage of the New York Knicks. They only shot 38% from the field in game 2. Like, they did not have a good shooting percentage. Like, especially Josh Hart, former Laker. We all love for Josh Hart, especially that he went to Villanova as well. He shot 4 for 11 from the field, Josh Hart. That is horrible. Horrible shooting percentage, especially that you're a guard. A guard should not have that percentage, if especially a shooter like Josh Hart. And the fact that Julius Randle played as well. Julius Randle was not injured this game. There should be no excuses for the New York Knicks if they drop Game 3 against Miami, because we know Miami is a pretty hostile place to play because they have the whole whiteout. They have like their fans going nuts, and I've been to Miami like a few times. It's a beautiful city, by the way. And those fans are nuts. So, like, the Knicks are going to have a hard time. I think Miami's going to take Game 3 and Game 4, but they'll probably lose Game 5. And then Game 6, Miami's going to take it at their home. What do you think about that, Medina?
I'd be surprised if the Knicks kick them out. I want them to, but I'd be very surprised. And I hope they surprise us. I hope they make history and make it to that next round. But again, I don't think so because the Warriors I'm sorry, not the Warriors. The Heats just looked like they wanted. The Warriors wanted it tonight. You saw the look on their faces. They wanted it too, but the Heat wanted it to win that last game. They have it in their face to win this all. They're not playing around. Like, I literally look at the Heats and I see that bubble team in them. Like, again, we talk about this probably all the time, Manny. But that bubble was not a joke. That was not fun in games. That was some serious work. And I don't know if you remember this, but Jimmy Butler went off in the bubble. He played his heart out. And he is literally doing the same thing again right now. And he's going to carry this team to the finals, in my opinion.
People forget what he did Game 5 against the Lakers.
Exactly.
40-point triple-double. The only player in finals history to do that since LeBron in 2018.
You know what? You actually mentioned something earlier, how the Heat took down the Bucks. I just want to bring this up real quick. What are your opinions on the Bucks coach getting fired, Manny? That was shocking to me. Like, just because they didn't make it past the first round, their coach deserved to be fired. How do you feel about that? I don't think he deserved that. That was kind of like a low blow for him.
If you want my total opinion on that, Medina, I'm shocked, but also not surprised. And I'll tell you exactly why. I'm shocked because, like you said, a first round defeat is going to make you get fired. But also, I'm not surprised because look at the Lakers for a second. Frank Vogel won a championship, and then 2 years later he got fired. Same thing with the Bucks. They win a championship, and now 2 years later, they can him. But Mike Budenholzer is one of the best coaches in basketball. The guy literally made Atlanta relevant from like 2010 to like 2016. Like, I know Atlanta didn't win anything in that time frame, but he made them a consistent playoff team. And I think I'm not mistaken, in thinking like, 2014, 2015, they were the top seed in the league, I think. So, Coach Bud can coach. And also, the fact that I do live in Canada, another thing I gotta mention, like, the Raptors should hire him now.
Oh.
The fact that Nick Nurse is gone as coach, hire him. If you're a Raptors fan, and if I'm Masai Ujiri, the GM of the Raptors, I would hire Coach Bud right now. That would be a good hire.
I personally think that was a dumb move by the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see who their new head coach is going to be soon.
And also another thing, Medina. Another question I got to put out there: the fact that the Bucks fired Budenholzer, Giannis is a free agent in 4 years. Do you think that that makes Giannis think, like, is this management serious? Do you think am I going to re-sign with this team? Do you think Giannis leaves in 4 years, or do you think he resigns with the Bucks after that?
I don't see Giannis leaving his team. I feel like Giannis is there to stay. He has a solid team back up. I don't see him leaving for a while.
Yeah, I agree. I don't see I don't see him leaving anytime soon. Even if in 4 years, he did bring that city a championship, and he made them relevant. Like, the team hasn't won a championship in 50 years, and he literally brought them a championship.
I don't see him leaving. Yeah. But we'll see where this all takes us in the season. Next thing, game series that I do want to talk. The Nuggets, man, that's been quite a series as well. Fun to watch. But they've gotten a long, like a 3-day break, and they're coming back tomorrow. Since I don't think they played since Monday. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm. The game 2 was Monday for them. I agree.
Yeah, that's just crazy. I'm surprised that Denver has won their first. Okay, I shouldn't say surprised. I know that Denver is the better team here, but I thought Phoenix would be putting up more of a fight. If they don't take this next game, I think the Suns might actually get swept by Denver. And I'd love to see it. I live to see that. But Devin Jenner better play his best game tomorrow night, because this man had 3 days off. There's no excuse for him for soreness, tightness, groin area. Chris Paul, Kevin Durant came to the Suns for a reason. Imagine Kevin Durant coming to play next to Devin Booker just to get swept by Denver Nuggets in the second round.
It's embarrassing.
That's embarrassing. I don't think KD is gonna like that team anymore if that happens to them. But what do you think? Do you think that's the Suns are gonna take it tomorrow night?
The worst part about that, Medina, is the fact that he requested a trade from Brooklyn because Brooklyn could not get it done, and now he went to Phoenix. He's literally doing all he can. Kevin Durant is, despite what people think about him, that he's a snake and whatever, the guy's one of the best players in basketball. Probably the second best small forward after LeBron. But the thing is, yeah, there's no excuses. Phoenix getting swept would be embarrassing because now they have a big three. Mind you, Chris Paul is on the older side. He's like 38 years old. But Chris Paul can still play basketball. He's still somebody that could give you like 15 and 10 on any given night. But the thing is, if you want me to talk about Monday's game 2, it wasn't a good game for Phoenix. Devin Jenner, your boy Devin Jenner, like you say, He had a good game. I'm not going to clown Devin Booker. He had 35 points, and he did shoot 4 for 8 from the 3. But everyone else, ugh. And also, if you have that firepower with Booker and Durant, you should not be scoring less than 90 points. That's embarrassing. To score only 87 points with those two guys on the court, that's absolutely shocking. Like, personally, say what you want about the Lakers, but at least the Lakers tonight, even though they got blown out, at least they scored 100. To not even get 90 points. But also, it also doesn't help when you're going up against a talent like Nikola Jokic, because every night, honestly, Medina, every single night, Jokic just literally brings it every night. He had 39 points and 16 rebounds. Mind you, he didn't get a triple-double this time, but he still got 16 boards and 39 points, and he shot 17 for 30 from the field. Absolutely insane numbers from Nikola Jokic.
Absolutely.
And to see Jamal Murray healthy again is amazing. KCP going absolutely perfect from the 3.
Oh, man, he was beautiful that game. I miss KCP on the Lakers for that reason. I'm so happy for him, though.
Same here, Medina. I love KCP.
There.
And also Aaron Gordon as well. What a pickup that was 2 years ago for them.
Him.
He literally is like that perfect front court member to Jokic.
He's such a good fit on that team.
1000% agree with you. And another thing also, Bruce Brown. Ever since they got him, he's been shooting threes. Mind you, if I was Denver, I wouldn't have got rid of Bones Highland at the deadline. I don't know what you're doing there, Nuggets, but look, they're still doing great. And we can possibly, knock on wood, the Lakers beat the Warriors and advance to the conference finals. We can get a rematch of the bubble.
That's Lakers, what I'm Nuggets. Hoping for.
Yep.
Yep.
That would be incredible to see AD and Jokic go at it again. That would be something.
Yeah, the Lakers just have to learn how to play consistent first before that happens. Because I'm not going to lie, Manny, I really believe that the best duo right now in this series is Murray and Jokic. They're incredible to watch. They're powerful. They're dominant. They're consistent. I understand why Laker fans are upset, because they want to see the same consistency from our best duo on our team. The way we see it in Denver, like, I envy that. That's the chemistry I want to have every day when we come out. And imagine if they do sweep the Suns. Like, that's going to be insane. That's gonna stir up something in that team. And I want the Lakers to come out and create that same type of drama too for other teams to handle.
Definitely.
But yeah, I think Suns are gonna take it tomorrow night. And if they don't, I think they're done for. I think KD is going to be mad. I think KD's going to request another trade next season. I don't think he's going to stick with the team that got swept in the playoffs like that. As Devin Booker by your side and Chris Paul to back you up, I don't blame him if he tries to leave.
The small forward version of Kyrie Irving, always causing drama.
See, that's the thing, Manny. KD is one of the best players in the NBA. But if you can't stick with the team just because they don't work out for you, whatever, you're never going to win shit. I'm sorry, excuse my language.
You're forgetting the words.
This man moves around from team to team. And you know what? That's something that I love about the Lakers. I'm not going to lie. Even though we have inconsistency, we've had some very frustrating seasons. LeBron never gave up. AD never gave up. They're still sticking to this team, and they're trying to pull it together. They're trying to fix what's been damaged, what's been broken, and they're trying to win us another championship. They're not ones to give up. And that is why people like players like Kevin Durant, as much as I love the dude and I respect his game, I don't trust him to stay on a team for so long, because it's like one moment, like I always say this, Manny, these players are so spoiled. Like, they don't get what they want. It's like on to the next. Like, I'm so quick to move on. I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to do something new. But like, when that doesn't work out for you, you're so quick to jump on another team. It's like, stick to a team, rebuild that team, and take that team to a championship. That's what makes you truly a great player. Even if you don't win that championship, at least you're dedicated. At least you're loyal. At least you're trying to do something. But when you're just looking out for yourself, it doesn't make you a good teammate, and that's not gonna take you that far in your career. That's my personal take on that.
I'm actually really glad you brought that up, Medina. And the reason why is because it is absolute facts.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like players are lacking that Mamba mentality that Kobe Bryant had.
Yes, there's no one like Kobe. Nobody like Kobe.
Like, Kobe was not for the money. Him, it's like, give me whatever contract you want. I'm going in and I'm winning championships. These other players, they're soft. They're like, just give me the money. I mean, there's a reason. I mean, nothing against Damian Lillard. I love the guy as an NBA player. Great talent. One of the best guards in the league. But that guy's just in it for the money. Like, people want to blame the Blazers organization, but he's the one to blame as well. How come you don't request a trade? You've been there for so long, and they've given you nothing. Like, you are just about the money. If you were about winning, you would request a trade from Portland, come to a team like the Lakers. I mean, I would love him on the Lakers, obviously. We all would. But can you imagine if Damian Lillard was on a winning team with his talent? He would get himself a ring. He would get himself a championship because that guy, despite the way he is about money, if you look at his game on the court, he gives it his all every single night. I'm using Damian Lillard as an example, by the way. This goes for a lot of players.
I love to see that trade to the Lakers. I feel like that's an instant Lakers winning championship team right there. Mm-hmm. And it'd be nice to have a consistent 3-point shooter on our team too. But that's wishful thinking, right?
He's the only 30-year-old I'd take on my team for trades.
I know. Facts. But anyways, Manny, I think we pretty much covered everything we needed to cover tonight. Is there anything else you'd like to add on?
No, we pretty much talked about everything.
Did it.
Can't wait to talk about the rest of the playoffs the next time.
Thank you guys so much. And those of you who are in the comments, thanks for joining us and giving us your take on the game tonight. Remember to follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, The Ultimate Sports Show. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on those live notifications because we'll be live again soon. Thanks so much for tuning in to Around the NBA Playoff Edition, presented by The Ultimate Sports Show. I'm Medina, Manny, Aaron in the comments. Have a great night, everyone. Bye.
Peace.